Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe's World of Entertainment, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time tuning in. For my next video, I'm going to be showing you all my 20th Century Fox VHS tape collection, 2025 edition. As you can see, my collection is slightly increased since the last time I showed these. However, there's a few tapes you'll notice that are missing in particular. Dean Perry's Tap Dogs, I decided not to keep that in my collection anymore. As for Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, I don't have those in my collection anymore either. I might get another copy of Home Alone 2 Lost in New York sometime down the road. I don't know about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. In the meantime, I will show what I have for right now. And just like last time, I'm going to show all these tapes in alphabetical order, so let us begin. The first tape I'm going to show y'all is the 1998 VHS of Anastasia, which I got at Savers back in September of 2020. It features the voice talents of Meg Ryan, John Cusack, Kelsey Grammer, Hank Azaria, Christopher Lloyd, and Angela Lansbury. And this movie's actually pretty good. I did get around to watching the rest of this movie a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty good to watch. Here's what the tape looks like. Sticker label. And yeah, that's that. Up next, I have Catch That Kid. I got this at Savers back in June of 2023. I got it at the same time I got Heidi, Cool Runnings, and the Disney Sing-Along Songs VHS of Colors of the Wind. This movie stars a young Kristen Stewart before she was in the Twilight movies. And it also features Corbin Bleu, who also appeared in the High School Musical movies and Jump In, and Max Stewart, who appeared in The Pacifier. And this movie's pretty good, too. It's been a while since I've watched this movie, though. Here's the tape itself. It's got an ink label. Alright. Up next, I have Chain Reaction with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman, part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. I got this off eBay back in October of 2021. And this movie's pretty good. It's been a while since I've watched it, though. I've actually watched this movie twice. The first time I watched this movie, I watched it alone. The second time I watched it with my mom. She thought it was pretty good, too. And here's what the tape looks like. Okay. Up next is The Chase with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson, part of the 20th Century Fox selections. I got this at Savers in June earlier this year. I did watch the rest of this movie earlier this week, and it was pretty wild to watch. Wild and crazy. It's pretty good, though. And here's what the tape looks like. Alright. Next is Courage Under Fire with Denzel Washington and Meg Ryan, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. Got this off eBay back in 2021. This movie, it's alright. This movie also features Lou Diamond Phillips. Okay. Here's what the tape looks like. Can't really say too much about this movie. Alright. Up next is Die Hard with Bruce Willis. This is a 1996 and 1997 reissue. I got this at Savers in December of last year. I still have not watched this movie yet, but I'm going to pretty soon since the holidays are coming up. Here's what the tape looks like. Okay. Up next, hang on. Up next, I have Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy. Got this tape at a Goodwill back in November of 2019. This movie's pretty funny. It's been a while since I've watched it, though. He just had gas. Whoa, you're telling me. This movie also features Oliver Platt and Kristen Wilson, who also starred in the movie. Who was also in the movie Twitches. She played the twins' birth mother, Miranda, and then Raven. And this also features Raven Simone from That's So Raven, and Kyla Pratt, who was also in Barney's Great Adventure, the movie. She was in that movie before this one. So what the tape looks like. Okay. Next I have Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. Got this off eBay back in 2023. I still have not finished the rest of this movie yet, but I will eventually. This movie also features Lauren Holly and Rob Schneider. This movie's pretty good so far. And here's what the tape looks like. Okay. Up next, I have Drive Me Crazy with Melissa Joan Hart and Adrian Grenier, also part of the 20th Century Fox selections. Got this. I've had this tape for quite a while. I've had it since December of 2020. This came in a box of free VHS tapes. And this is a pretty good movie. It's also based off of the song by Britney Spears, which is also part of the movie soundtrack, You Drive Me Crazy. The song is called You Drive Me Crazy. Here's what the tape looks like. Ink label. It's been a while since I've watched this movie, too. Alright, next is Dunstan Checks In, part of the 20th Century Fox Family Feature Collection. Got this at Savers back in May of last year. This movie's pretty funny. I watched the rest of this movie earlier this week, too. It's pretty funny to watch. This movie stars Jason Alexander, Faye Dunaway, Rupert Everett, Paul Rubens, and Eric Lloyd, who starred in the Santa Claus before this movie. He was in all 3 Santa Claus films, and he also appeared on the game show The Floor, hosted by Rob Lowe. He was one of the contestants there. His category was Christmas movies, since he appeared in a Christmas movie. And he was eliminated at the end of the second episode. Here's what the tape looks like. Yeah, I was in shock when the other contestant got the Santa Claus instead of Eric. Alright. Let's put this back. There we go. Next is Entrapment with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Got this at the Facebook Marketplace a couple months ago in August. This came in a bin of VHS tapes for free. I still have not watched this movie yet either, but I will eventually. Here's the tape itself. Alright. Next is Far From Home, The Adventures of Yellow Dog, also part of the 20th Century Fox Family Feature Collection. Got this off eBay back in January 2019. This movie stars Jesse Bradford. It also features Mimi Rogers, Bruce Davison, and this movie also features Margot Finley, who was also in D3 The Mighty Ducks. She was in this movie before D3 The Mighty Ducks. And this is a pretty good movie. Here's what the tape looks like. It's been a while since I watched it, though. And if you like Old Yeller, then you'll like this movie, too. There we go. Up next is Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Got this at Savers back in February of 2022. I did used to have a copy of this movie in a clamshell case, but I ended up donating it because it wasn't in the best condition. But this tape is in okay condition. A little bit of wear and tear there. It's been a while since I've watched this movie. Here's what the tape looks like. Alright. Next I have The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin, also part of the 20th Century Fox selections. I got this at a Goodwill back in July of 2021. This is a creepy film, directed by Joseph Rubin. This movie also stars Elijah Wood, Wendy Crewson, and it also features Macaulay's sister, Quinn Culkin. Okay. Here's what the tape looks like. It's been a while since I watched this movie, too. Next is Grand Canyon with Danny Glover, Kevin Kline, Steve Martin, Mary McDonnell, Mary Louise Parker, and Alfre Woodward. A Lawrence Kasdan film, also part of the 20th Century Fox selections. I got this at a book sale back in 2023. I still have not finished the rest of this movie yet either, but I will eventually. This movie's alright so far. And here's what the tape looks like. Okay. Up next is the 1991 VHS of Home Alone, a classic comedy from John Hughes, a family comedy without the family. I got this off eBay back in November of 2018. This movie stars Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, John Hurd, and Catherine O'Hara. And John Candy also appears in this movie. And this movie turns 35 tomorrow on November 16th. This movie came out, that's the date when it first came out. And I also found out that The Rescuers Down Under came out the same day as this movie too. So that movie and this movie are both turning 35 tomorrow. And this is a classic comedy. This is a good movie to watch around the holidays. This is what the tape looks like. Okay. Up next is Independence Day. Got this at Savers at the same time I got Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. It's THX certified there. This movie stars Will Smith, Bill Pullman, and Jeff Goldblum. It's a pretty good movie. I also have this movie on DVD. Here's what the tape looks like. Alright. Up next I have Miracle on 34th Street, also a John Hughes film. Also part of the 20th Century Fox Family Feature Collection. Got this at a thrift store back in August of 2009, excuse me. This is a classic remake of the 1947 movie. I have not watched that movie yet. I like this movie though, it's pretty good. It stars Mara Wilson, Richard Attenborough, Elizabeth Perkins, and Dylan McDermott. It's good to watch around the holidays too. Here's what it looks like. And if you'll notice here, there's no rating in here. This movie is actually rated PG. And if you take a look here, there's a print date on the bottom. It says September 23rd, 1995. You rarely see print dates on the bottom of 20th Century Fox VHS tapes. Alright, up next is Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams and Sally Field. I got this at a thrift store back in December 2009. This is another classic comedy. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. This movie also features Matthew Lawrence, Mara Wilson, and Daniel Craig. Alright. Here's the tape itself with a sticker label and a red lid on top. Alright. Let me scooch over here. Up next, I have My Cousin Vinny with Joe Pesci, Ralph Macchio, Marissa Tomei, and Fred Gwynn. Also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. Got this at the Facebook Marketplace earlier this year in August. This is a former Blockbuster rental, as you can see. This is a pretty good movie. It's been a while since I watched it, though. I did used to have a copy of this tape in the 20th Century Fox selections, but I gave it to someone else, and then I found a new copy earlier this year. Here's what the tape looks like. Alright. Up next is My Fair Lady, which comes in a video 2-pack. I got this as a college graduation gift from my cousin's then girlfriend, Lily, so thank you for that. I still have not watched this movie yet either, but I will eventually. This was a college graduation gift back in May of 2023. I should point that out too. Here's what the tape looks like for part 1. And here's what the tape looks like for part 2, in which the stickers, which I taped the sticker label in because the sticker label was falling off. Alright. Up next is Nell with Jodie Foster and Liam Neeson. Got this off eBay back in 2021. This movie, it's alright. And this movie also features Natasha Richardson. May she rest in peace. It's been a while since I watched this movie, though. Here's what the tape looks like. And the last time I showed this tape, I made a bit of a typo in the opening here. This tape actually opens with the 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment logo, then the 1993 Fox Video logo, the format screen, the 1994 20th Century Fox logo, and then the star of the film. Yeah, I forgot to point out that I just checked the opening earlier this week, and it does have the 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment logo. Up next is Once Upon a Forest. I got this at the Facebook Marketplace back in March of 2021. It's been a while since I've watched this movie too. Come on. There we go. And here's what the tape looks like. Alright. Up next is Only the Lonely with John Candy, Maureen O'Hara, Ali Sheedy, Anthony Quinn, and James Belushi from John Hughes and Chris Columbus, the two guys who worked on Home Alone as well. I got this at a Goodwill back in September of 2022. I still need to finish this movie later on, and I will. Here's what the tape looks like. Okay. Up next is The Page Master with Macaulay Culkin and Christopher Lloyd, also part of the 20th Century Fox Family Feature Collection. Got this at a thrift store back in November of 2020. This movie also features the voice talents of Whoopi Goldberg, Patrick Stewart, Leonard Nimoy, and Frank Welker. This movie also features Ed Begley Jr. Alright, I'll go ahead and show the tape itself. Here's what it looks like. There we go. Alright, there's that. Next is Rising Sun with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. Got this at the Facebook Marketplace at the same time I got My Cousin Vinny. This movie's alright so far. I still need to finish the rest of this movie too. Here's the tape itself. Alright. Next is Rookie of the Year, also part of the 20th Century Fox Family Feature Collection. This is a classic baseball movie. Got this off eBay back in March of 2019. This movie stars Thomas Ian Nicholas and Gary Busey, and it also features Daniel Stern, who also directed this movie. And the casing's not in the best condition, as you can see. Tape itself, however, plays fine. Here's what it looks like. And this movie also features Columbia Jacobson, who also starred in the second and third Mighty Ducks movies. She plays Becky in this movie. Alright, up next is The Sandlot, also part of the 20th Century Fox Family Feature Collection, also a classic baseball movie. This is a classic comedy too, pretty funny. This movie stars Tom Geary, Mike Vitar, who also appeared in the second and third Mighty Ducks movies. He played Luis Mendoza in those movies, and he plays Benny the Jet Rodriguez in this one. And Brandon Adams, who played Jesse Hall in the first and second Mighty Ducks movie, he appears in this one too. And it also features James Earl Jones, may he rest in peace. Allow me to quote one of the best scenes from this movie. "Watch it, jerk! Shut up, idiot, moron, scab eater, butt sniffer, pus slicker, fart smeller. You eat dog crap for breakfast, geek. You mix your Wheaties with your mama's toe jam. Yeah! You bob for apples on the toilet, and you like it. You play ball like a girl. Oh yes, that scene gets me every time." Here's what this tape looks like. Alright. Yeah, let me turn on the lights here. Give me one moment. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Up next is Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. I got this at the Facebook Marketplace in June earlier this year. This is a classic thriller. It's creepy, but pretty good too. This movie was also directed by Joseph Rubin, who also directed The Good Son. My mom watched this movie too. She said it was good, but also scary. Here's what the tape looks like. I did watch this movie last month. It was pretty good. Alright. Scary, but good. Up next is Speed with Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, and Sandra Bullock. Got this at Savers back in April of 2022. And this is a pretty good movie too. Alright. Here's the tape itself. Alright. Up next is That Thing You Do, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. A comedy written and directed by Tom Hanks. He also stars in this movie too. I got this at a thrift store back in September of 2021. It's a pretty good movie. It's been a while since I watched this movie though. This movie also features Tom Everett Scott, Liv Tyler, Jonathan Shake, Steve Zahn, and Ethan Embry. Here's what the tape looks like. Alright. Up next I have Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. I got this off eBay back in October of 2019. This is a pretty good movie to watch too. It's been a while since I watched this movie too. And this movie also features Gabby Hoffman, Anne Hesh, may she rest in peace, and Don Cheadle. Here's the tape itself. It's got an ink label there. Alright. Got a couple more to show. Next is White Men Can't Jump with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. Got this at Savers back in March of 2021. This is a pretty good movie. This movie also features Rosie Perez, and one of the best scenes in this movie, in my opinion, is when Gloria plays Jeopardy, and she does pretty well in that game. I like watching that scene. Here's what the tape looks like. Alright. And last but not least, I have William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, also part of the 20th Century Fox premiere series. Got this at Goodwill back in October of 2021. This movie's pretty good. I remember renting this from the library back in 2019 in my old college. This movie's pretty good. It's been a while since I watched this movie though. Here's what the tape looks like. And before the movie, this tape has a music video for When Doves Cry, performed by Quindon Tarver. Alright, and that does it for my 20th Century Fox VHS tape collection, 2025 edition. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys for my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everyone stay safe and stay active. Bye, guys.